for the competitors. At 2:30 precisely, all entries will drop their moorings and proceed to the zone.
I'm so nervous.
So am I.
Will be flying the yellow flag.
There's your husband.
At 3 o'clock, the white flare will be
Hi, Marco.
moved to the line. And then, after an interval of not more than 1 minute, a green flare will be fired to signal the start for all classes of boats. Points earned by class-winning drivers in this race are counted towards the offshore world championship.
Jill, come here. Marco, have you met Miss Elkins?
Hope you'll excuse my dirty hands.
Oh, I'm used to that.
Well, good luck. I hope it goes well.
Good right.
I'm sorry, that should be. It is absolutely forbidden to reverse engine or course 5 minutes before the starting signal, 10 minutes after.
I told you. I don't want to see you around my boat.
What do you mean? I work here.
Not with me.
I'll shoot you. I'll get you for this, you dirty bastard. Go.
Reverse engine or course 5 minutes before the starting signal, 10 minutes after. Repeat, in case of abandoning the race, it is obligatory to notify the officials by flying the orange flag. Repeat, it is forbidden to give or receive assistance from 15 minutes before the start to 10 minutes after. Attention, please. Attention, please. Competitors will now move up to the line.
an accident to number 1. Get out there.
Slow down. Over a little. Grab his arm. Help. That's it.
Well, Professor? Sit down, please.
The news is not good. Unfortunately, there is a mass of clotted blood pressing on the brain.
On the brain?
And this will undoubtedly have a negative influence on the future of the patient. There is only one chance. An extremely difficult operation.
Difficult? How difficult?
It all depends on a number of extraneous factors. Your husband's resistance, the technical capacity of the doctor. Let's say he has roughly a 10% chance of pulling through. But it's not up to me to decide.
It's a tough decision. I know, Marty.
If my husband could decide for himself, he wouldn't hesitate one moment. A man like him could never live like an invalid. Go on with the operation, Professor.
I'm quite sure that this time he'll recover his memory. Your husband must have peace and quiet. You must let him take any decision he feels he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind of inhibition can provoke a dangerous state of neurosis.
Don't worry, Professor. I'll take care of him. Marco.
Thanks, Professor. I'm so grateful for all you have done.
Just doing my job, Mr. Breda.
Thank you very much.
I'll drive.
Who's she?
It's Terry, Tommy's girlfriend. Don't you remember? They're our guests. Hi.
Welcome back, Marco.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you home again. How do you feel?
Not too bad. No problems while I was away.
Hi.
Hello.
And everything's fine at the plant. I've managed fairly well till now.
Good, good.
He's looking very well.
Only work, career. When you look back on your life, what do you find? Nothing.
Well, what's more important, according to you?
Well, I don't know. The unknown, the uncertain, the unexpected.
She's right.
Could be.
There's no doubt. You yourself felt the need for some kind of adventure in your life. You had to race those boats you construct. Isn't that so? Terry.
Those cigarettes of yours are impossible.
Oh, you think so? I find them excellent.
He has been made specially.
We should drink to Marco's return.
Don't drink too much, Tommy.
Don't show your legs, Terry.
Oh, I think they look great.
It's for you, sir. He wouldn't say who it was. Do you want me to answer?
No, thank you. I'll take it. Thanks, Anna. Yes, you're speaking.
Good evening, Mr. Breda. Accept my congratulations on your miraculous recovery. I'm Santi Foskey. Remember me?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, but I don't.
But surely, Mr. Breda. Santi.
Who is it?
Well, actually, what was the name again?
The gardener. Santi Foskey. You know me.
Hold on a moment. He says he's Sante, the ex-gardener here. He insists on seeing me tonight, but I don't remember him.
He's mad. Probably wants his job back or something. See him tomorrow or the day after.
All right. Hello?
Yes? Yes. Very well. Tomorrow at 10. Don't forget, Mr. Breda. It's very important. There's one thing you must remember. Now listen. Get this. Be alone.
Right. Goodbye. I can't remember.
What?
That gardener. Now we've just got the housekeeper and the chauffeur. But it wasn't like that before, was it?
Well, I closed the house while you were in hospital. I thought the fewer servants, the better. For your tranquility.
Let's not exaggerate about that. I'm feeling quite well now, except for this damned headache.
Oh, don't worry, darling. Professor Maury said you would feel any change in the weather. And there's a storm coming up. Thank you, Anne. Butter?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
No, thanks. What's the matter, Marco?
This damn journalist. What the hell difference does it make to people to know that Marco Breda was released from a clinic yesterday?
You're a champion. That makes you a VIP. It's only logical that people should be interested in you.
I'd love it if they'd find a little something to say about me. Throw yourself into a famous fountain in the nude. Maybe that's not a bad idea.
What's going to do this morning, Tim?
Nothing. I feel great. The sunshine, all this fresh air, after that dreadful storm last night. Speaking about last night, where did you disappear to?
Who, me?
Yes. I saw you from my window walking in the garden.
In the garden?
Mm-hmm. I came down to look for you, but I couldn't find you. I passed by the garage. The door was open and the horse was gone.
You certainly don't think I went out in that storm, do you?
Well, maybe it was the driver. I came back into the house to wait for you, but I fell asleep. Later I came to your room, but you were asleep.
Oh, yes, I went into the garden, but only for a few minutes, and then I came back in and...
Mr. Breda?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Inspector. May I present my wife, Miss
How do you
Terry
do?
Pavani, and Tommy Brown?
Ah, your constant rival.
Yes, but also one of my best friends. To what do we owe your visit, Inspector? Still investigating the accident?
Accident? Well, you know even better than I that accidents can be caused by many things, some hardly accidental. Carelessness, lack of skill, or even sabotage.
Sabotage.
Does that really surprise you? Anything can happen during a race. But that's not the reason for my visit. Last night, the body of a man was found near the cemetery. He'd apparently been hit by a car. It was Santi Foschi, the man who used to be your gardener. I understand you had an appointment with him at 10 o'clock this morning.
Oh, yes, I had, but
About an hour after he called you on the phone, he had a phone call himself and rushed away on his motorbike. We checked and found that the call to him came from a public telephone in a gas station near the gates of your villa.
So what, Inspector?
Well, I simply wanted to know what he called you about.
Well, he just wanted an appointment with me, that's all. Maybe he wanted his job back now that we've reopened the villa.
You're probably right. Well, that's all. Thank you very much. Mrs. Breda, Miss Pavan.
Inspector, goodbye.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know exactly what you're thinking. I never left the villa last night. And I don't want anyone doubting my word.
Come on, Monica. We don't want to be late for the hairdresser. Tommy, you take it.
Sure.
Quite a mess, isn't it? It wasn't there yesterday.
Oh, I hit the column of the gate.
That's not serious, sir.
No.
I wouldn't worry. I think we can have it fixed in a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, madam? Rolls Royce? Sorry, I pulled out the plugs. I've got to clean the carburetor. It'll take another hour yet, at least. The Porsche? Yes, I will.
Why didn't you tell her the truth?
Mrs. Breda ordered me to go with you whenever you took the car out for the first few days, in case you got tired. She found out I wasn't with you, I'd be in trouble.
I'm perfectly all right.
Are you all right, Marco?
Oh, yes. Every time I look at that tree, I seem to see a fallen ladder and a man on the ground.
You must have been unconsciously remembering when Santa fell out of that tree. Gordon Potter had to fix everything.
Gordon Potter.
Our lawyer. Santa got his settlement out of it. That was probably the reason for his call last night. I bet he wanted more money. He was capable of anything. Let's go.
See you at lunch.
Don't take any wooden nickels.
Looking for you, sir. To tell you, I took the rolls to the garage for the repairs. Mr. Burt said he'd take personal responsibility. Well, after all, Marco, you are the head of the firm. Your signature that counts in documents.
I know what I'm doing.
Of course you do. Now it's time for you to take over personally.
Why don't you try talking him
Yes,
into racing again, too?
But, Monica, I'm talking about the factory. My hands are tied.
Well, why don't you give him full power of attorney? You don't want to be bothered with business right now.
I don't want to take on all that responsibility.
It's a good idea. I'll have all the papers drawn up. Power of attorney for a year, then we'll see.
That's absurd.
Do as I say, Bert.
Oh, me down.
Oh, by the way, Bert, I want to find a place in the plant for my chauffeur at a good salary. What's eating you, Tommy?
Hello.
You've been in a pensive mood all day. What's wrong?
I keep thinking about what the inspector said this morning. I mean, the accident could have been sabotage.
Never pay attention to the police. They always complicate things.
That doesn't mean they're always wrong. Far from it. Well, I'll say goodbye now, Marco.
You're leaving?
Yes, tonight. I want to get in a practice run with the boat in the morning. And after that, I've got to go over to Milan.
Well, have a good trip.
Bye, Monica. Bert. Bye.
Harry, would you get me my cigarettes, please? They're in the drawer.
All right.
Thanks.
I'm suddenly very tired, so if you don't mind, I'll bid you all good night.
You are careless, leaving a gun around like this within anyone's reach. I'd like to have known you a long time before, but now there's Monica.
There was Monica.
Past her?
I don't know. I tried to see her the way I used to, but I can't.
Maybe it's better if I go away.
No. Stay.
You're right about the music. I'm sorry to interrupt this touching little scene. But our lawyer and Bert are waiting in there for you to sign the power of attorney.
Hello, Marco.
Morning. Good morning. Please, sit down.
Thank you. Marco, consider this carefully. I don't think it's
I've already made up my mind. Shall we get started?
Certainly. There appeared before me John Sheldon, attorney at law, on this day, September the 12th, 1971, Marco Berta and Bert Meadows. In regard to the other articles, if you have any questions.
I've read them. They're fine.
Very well. Right.
It's not true, Monica. You're lying. True. You are doing just everything to turn Marco against me. Do you think I'm blind? You know what you are?
What?
You are a real bitch.
Monica! Monica!
Marco. What are you doing with that stick? Let's get out of here. Come on, Monica. Hello?
Is that the office of Potter and Nichols?
Yes?
This is Marco Breda. Good morning, sir. What can I do for you? I'd like to speak to Mr. Potter.
Dead.
Yes, he died nearly 4 months ago.
4 months ago? But didn't your office handle an accident that happened here
Some time ago to a certain dentist office.
He was the gardener at my villa.
Nobody from your factory's been in touch with us since well before that happened, I can assure you. Can I do anything else for you? I'm leaving now, Mrs. Vader. Yes, of course. Good night, Anna. Thank you, ma'am. I'll be back early tomorrow morning. I'm very tired. Good night.
Good night.
Night. I'll be on the first train tomorrow morning.
You don't mean that.
I can't stay here like this.
You have to stay. I need you.
Why don't we go somewhere? Marco. No. Not that.
Good night. What's going on? Oh, no. Not the gun. Let go. Give it to me. Don't be a fool. Give it to me, Monica.
Call the police.
No, Marco. Wait. Think carefully. It's no use being too quick. She's leaving. She said so in front of Bert tonight. But we must get rid of the body as soon as possible. She must absolutely disappear. The place I'm thinking of, they'd never find her. Seagull Head. The water's deep and there's a strong cross current. I'd go there.
There's a bag in the closet, behind the kitchen door. Go and get it, quick.
Go upstairs to my room and get me my raincoat, Marco. We'll meet in front of the main gate. I'll follow you with the Porsche. Hurry. get away from here. I'll stay at several hotels in Monica's name.
There's no point.
Yes, there is, don't you see? It'll give you an alibi that's indestructible.
Well, what's your story?
It's not a story. It's the truth. While I was checking out the boats today, I saw something caught in the propeller. I pulled it out, and I called you right away.
From what I learned, I gather there was bad blood between you two.
That's true.
What about it?
I was his mechanic. One day, he caught me stealing a little gas, and he fired me on the spot.
How much is a little gas in your book, Santini? You had a fight with him the day of the race, and you threatened him, didn't you?
He insulted me.
I've done all I can here. I'll send you my report as soon as it's ready.
Don't touch anything until the magistrate gets here. I'm going to my office. Bring him there.
I won't go! I didn't do anything, I tell you! Let go of me! Let go! Let me go! I didn't do anything!
No, Chief. The cemetery case isn't closed yet. As far as I'm concerned, it was no accident. It was murder. There's something that strikes me as weird about Tommy Brown's death, too. Both victims had something to do with the villa, though for different reasons. Yes. Yes. Don't worry. I will. Bring that man in. Well, ready to talk?
I've told you everything I know. There's nothing more to add.
You are now under arrest. We'll find out if there's anything to add.
Under arrest? What for?
Stealing gas. You told me so yourself.
But, Inspector, that has nothing to do with Tommy Brown's death.
That's up to me to decide. Take him away.
I think he's telling the truth for once. I don't think he had anything to do with it.
I didn't say that he's guilty.
I'm son to Fosky's mother.
What do you want?
But you should know better than me. It's about my son. Killed like that in such a bad way. And a strange death, too. I'm not so sure it was an accident. Well, I know he wasn't what you'd call a saint, but...
No.
Well, as I was saying, my son left me without a penny. I know you can understand how hard it is for a poor old woman like me, who's lost all means of support. How can I survive? It's cruel.
Well, that's what you came for. The money's yours on one condition. You understand? I want the whole story. Every bit of it. From the first day Sante came to work here.
You wouldn't have a little drink of something handy, would you? My throat. It's rather dry.
I'll get you a brandy.
Oh, he was sharp, Santa. Yes. A son to be proud of. He discovered something very good.
Why?
Well, he began spending money right and left. And he was really generous to me, too. What a boy.
And where did all this money come from?
Why, from here, of course. There's no doubt about that. He must have found somebody to squeeze. But soon afterwards, he had that awful accident, and the money dried up.
But he got a good settlement.
Ha! Good settlement. The only thing he got was hospital and doctor's expenses out of that.
Even so, it was a large amount.
Yes, if it had just been a plain accident.
You mean it wasn't?
The limb of the tree had been sawn half through to make sure he would fall.
Are you sure? How do you know?
Santa told me at the hospital.
He hit another branch going down, and that's what saved his life. But whoever wanted to get rid of Santa didn't know my son. He had a feeling something would happen, so he sent me that letter.
What letter?
You know, the one he wrote in case anything should happen to him.
Did you read it?
I wish I had.
And the address? Do you remember who it was addressed to?
Why, you're kidding. It was addressed to you, Mr. Marco Breda.
Will you tell all this to the police later if it's necessary?
Police? Well,
Take it.
Well, if you insist, but I'd hate to...
Now go away.
All right, but I don't want you to.
I said go away.
All right, I am going. I'm going. Bye.
He was quite tall, in a raincoat. Looked like he was probably rich.
In the car?
No car, he came on foot, soaked by the rain. He made a phone call and went away.
Yes.
Thanks. Oh, yes, so now that I think of it, he was wearing a black pair of pants and a bow tie.
Santa betrayed you. You wanted to kill him. This is his revenge. Have fun.
Hey, give me another.
This is your 7th glass.
Now, barman, have a little more respect for a lady. Go ahead, keep the change. Just leave that here. Well, good night. I'm off to bed. I never fall in love again. Love is like a butterfly that flies from flower to flower. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. You're kind of thin, aren't you? Well, take care of yourself now. Oh, I'll never fall in love again. Love is like a butterfly that flies from flower to flower. Please don't ever ask me why I while away each hour. Love don't mean nothing to me. I never run amok. Pretend these do as they please. But I don't give up. That you, sir? Oh, sir, is anything the matter? Shall I call Mrs. Brader?
Mrs. Brader?
Yes, sir. She hasn't been in for long. She went straight up to her room.
Monica?
Excuse me, Mr. Brader. The inspector is here. He wants to speak to you.
Show him in. Good morning, Inspector.
You'll have to excuse me, but unfortunately...
Well, did you find out something new?
Then you don't know. Haven't you read the papers?
I haven't had the time or the inclination. Is there something I should know?
It's about your friend, Tommy Brown. He's dead.
Dead?
Yes, murdered.
Oh. But that's unbelievable. Incredible. Tommy murdered.
I can understand your reaction. It was only the other day he was here in this house with you. And there was nothing to indicate. If you don't mind, I'll have to ask you a few questions about him later. But right now we're investigating the death of the gardener. And we need some information. Will you help us? Will you? Will you help us?
Yes.
How much did Foskey earn with you? How much did you pay him? Did he do anything extra that would earn him some special remuneration? A fairly high one?
No.
Maybe your wife could be more explicit.
She's not. She left.
I know. The other night, in that discotheque, my man overheard the whole thing. Women, they're often completely irrational. Good morning, Mrs. Brader.
Hello, Marco.
Move, Corrali. Here's the file you wanted. Has the information from Brader's factory arrived yet?
I'll check on it right away.
Maori Clinic. Inspector Baldini of Homicide talking. I want to speak to the professor, please.
Hello? Professor Maori speaking here. Ah, what is it? Yes, I read about it in the paper. Terrible. No doubt about it, Inspector. He just suddenly lost his mind, went mad. No. I don't exclude the possibility. But all Mr. Brader needed to ward off the danger was to be surrounded by peace and calm. Instead, with the tragic death of his friend Tommy, and the situation between him and his wife is impossible.
Yes, I understand. You have made it perfectly clear to me, Professor. Thank you, and good day.
Are you leaving already?
I have to. I've got to get back to the plant. Besides, the housekeeper may be here any minute.
I hope this wouldn't be necessary anymore. I waited so long for this moment.
That's exactly why we can't afford to be careless now. Because we planned so carefully and waited so long.
Careless? I don't understand you, Bert.
What do you mean you don't understand? Have you forgotten the police?
The police?
Of course. They're not through with the gardener's case yet, for one thing. And they're still investigating Tommy's death.
Bert, was it really necessary to kill them?
What are you saying? If we had left a single one of them alive, it would have screwed us. Tommy discovered I had sabotaged the motor launch. The mess Sante was causing. And his mother was worse, if anything. I'm sorry. You're a big girl. It's only a question of time. There's no need for you to get upset. If your husband had collaborated with us, it would have been different. It was never meant to kill himself. He should have just gone crazy. Inspector Baldini is bound to think he killed him, being in his mental condition. I have to go now.
But what are we going to do now?
Nothing in particular. You're the unfortunate widow, and I'm the man who's mourning his best friend.
But for how long?
For the time it takes to divert all suspicion away from us.
Bert, do you really love me?
Don't be silly, darling. I wouldn't have done all this if I didn't. Remember that.
Bert? Bert? They're married? Thanks. Are you sure she suspects nothing at all?
Quite sure.
When will she find out the truth?
When it's too late. Marco's power of attorney gives me the right to sell everything. Exactly what I chose. I sold the lot.
Then why don't we leave right away?
We'd be immediately under.
What about the silly bitch? The perfect match.
Now, Monica, listen to me. You know it's
Don't
not
bother explaining. She obviously knows all about it. I underestimated her. She's obviously more observant than you think. But she didn't know we were married. She might as well know the whole truth. For me, there's no other man. Go on. Tell her you never gave a damn about her, just as I never gave a damn about Marco.
Terry, I'm warning you. These aren't blanks.
No, Monica. Don't do anything stupid. Everything Terry said was rubbish. Give me that. Come on. Let's have it. Come on.
No.
No!
No. It was accidental death. A fracture of the skull caused the hemorrhage.
Inspector Baldini. We found Mr. Breda, and I think he needs a doctor. He was wandering on the grounds in a complete state of amnesia. The way I see it, sir, he must have been thrown out of the car just before it plunged over the cliff.
Yeah. Thrown out. He is experienced at that. O'Reilly, take Mr. Breda to Professor Mowry's clinic. This time I think he'll recover permanently. And very soon. Right, Mr. Breda?